Hello, friends, family, fellow patriots. Well, what is it? What's the date today? November 2nd. So it is day 33 of the Democrat government shutdown, and they do not give a shit about the American people. So, as a consequence of this, we've got animals all over the internet threatening to loot and rob stores, come to your house and break in and steal your food. Steal your food while you're putting it in the trunk of your car in the supermarket parking lot. This is what needs to happen with food stamps, aka SNAP, aka EBT. The first thing that needs to happen is that every single foreigner needs to be taken off of SNAP. Number one. You come to this country, you want to live here, you need to work. Okay? That's number one. All right? Once that happens, the cost of SNAP will go down 63% because only 37% of the people on SNAP are Americans. Okay? Bet you didn't know that. Okay. Next, what needs to happen with SNAP is that every single career welfare queen, their 87 kids from their 60 baby daddies, needs to be taken off of SNAP. That's number two. SNAP food stamps should only last for a certain amount of time, as should welfare, housing benefits, etc., etc. The taxpayers are not your bank. We all work our asses off to support our families. I should not have to support lazy bastards who take advantage of the system. And if you think I'm mean because of that, oh, boo-hoo, go find yourself a safe space. Okay? Then, anybody left over, not counting, we're not going to count senior citizens or disabled people. Okay? They can't help their situation. It is what it is. But those who are not disabled, not senior citizens, should be put to work for their benefits. Now, I just came back from New York, and what I noticed is that the highways in New York are pretty much clean, pristine. Okay? The roadways, even though they might be filled with potholes and stuff, there's no trash all over the place on the roads. But that's not true in California. California, every friggin' road you drive down is full of trash. Okay? Nobody cleans the roads. Get these welfare recipients off their fat, lazy asses and put them to work. They can clean the roads. They can fill some potholes. They can sweep the streets. They can empty garbage bins in parks. They can mow the lawns in parks, etc., etc. There is no reason for anyone in this country to be sitting back on their lazy ass collecting money from the taxpayers. Sorry. I've had to work all my life. I just recently applied for food stamps, okay, because I'm retired and I'm living on a fixed income, and I couldn't get them. I felt like asking the woman who denied me, is it because I'm not an illegal alien? But I decided to keep my mouth shut, okay? And basically it's because my husband makes too much money, but okay. It's not the point. The point is that people who need it should get it. And people who don't need it should work for it. Now, here we are, day 32 of the shutdown. And I bet you don't know, but just 6 months ago, Chuck Schumer voted for the CR funding bill. The exact same funding bill that's on the floor right now that he's voted against 13 times since September. I think it's 14 times now. See, what happened is he got his consultants in a back room and they cooked up a political stunt to show his Marxist slash communist base that he was willing to fight Trump. Now, Schumer and his Democrat moron assholes are keeping the government closed and stopping food assistance to struggling people that actually need it. Think about the senior citizens that might not be able to buy food. Okay? Think about the disabled people that might not be able to buy food. I don't care about anybody else. I care about kids. And think about the kids that might not have enough food to eat. Okay? I think a lot of this is just being over dramatized. We're gonna starve children, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. I've seen food stamp people buying food. Okay? I've seen them. Okay? 2, 3 baskets full of food. Okay? If you don't have some food stocked up for emergencies, you're a moron. Okay? I bet you there's plenty of people that have plenty of food stocked up. Now, what can we do about this as decent Americans? Okay? This is my stopgap solution. If you have a friend or or family that's your friends that are on food stamps and they don't really have any food, invite them over for dinner. We work. We make money. Is it going to hurt you or me to make a little extra food and give it to someone in need? Okay? We might not be able to feed them for as long as the Democrats keep the government shut, but we can help them. There's more of us than there are of them. So if each one of us, okay, makes a little extra for 2 weeks and gives it to somebody who needs it, at least they'll be eating something. Okay? I don't see a problem with that, and I'm going to do that. Okay? I hope you guys do it too. Maybe this will keep the rioters down. Because again, they're threatening. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And that comes in conjunction with what's going to happen on November 5th. On November 5th, the radicals are planning this huge Stop Trump protest in Washington, D.C. And they're planning this because their No Kings protests failed. So now these communist scumbags are planning a huge protest in D.C. And what they're planning is to surround the White House, to surround the Capitol, and to surround the Supreme Court until they get what they want. And what they want is for Trump to resign. Now, first of all, like the No Kings protests, they're expecting millions and millions and millions of people. If they get 100,000, they're going to be lucky. And if I were President Trump, I would be prepared for this. I would have the National Guard already there before these scumbags even show up at the Capitol, at the White House, and at the Supreme Court. And I would also make sure that they have orders to stop these people no matter what. This is basically a planned insurrection. Not the bullshit lie insurrection that happened on January 6th a couple of years ago. Because that whole thing was not an insurrection. That whole thing was planned by Nancy Pelosi and her friggin' commie cronies to discredit Trump and distract people from understanding that the 2020 election was rigged. We all know it. Don't deny it. They cheated. There's no way there are 82 million Democrat voters in this country. Okay. So beware of what's going on also on November 5th. That's Wednesday, I think. Wednesday this week. More Democrat protests. Don't these fucking people have jobs? Maybe they ought to start contributing to society instead of being a thorn in the side of society. They're nothing but a boil on the butt of humanity. Okay? And to that I say it's time. It is time to start putting these people in their place. Their behavior is unacceptable by any means. Okay? These people are turning into animals. And this is a textbook example of a communist takeover. Don't believe me? Look at how the commies took over in Russia in 1916, 1917. Read up on it. Study it. This is exactly how it's done. Okay? The problem with this for them is there are over 85 million gun owners in this country with over 1 trillion rounds of ammunition. Do you think real Americans are actually going to put up with this bullshit? We're not. But we don't also want to have to deal with it either. These people need to be arrested. Anybody conspiring against the government, anybody acting the way these animals do, needs to be arrested. They need to be arrested and jailed. This is sedition. And in some cases, it's treason. And they need to be dealt with accordingly. Enough is enough. Okay. That's it for today. There's so many other things I want to talk about, but I've already gone up to 12 minutes. So I'll try to do another reel tomorrow or Tuesday. All right. Stay vigilant, my friends. Be careful when you go to the supermarkets. Be careful. Don't leave your doors unlocked. Keep an eye out. Stay alert. Look over your shoulder. Okay? Make sure you don't get hurt. Make sure you don't give in. And make sure that you continue to support our president, because no matter what the Democrats say, everything they say is a lie. And that goes to the old adage. How do you know when a Democrat is lying? He's talking. Okay. So, and one more point. Even CNN, the Communist News Network, has stated that enough is enough with the Democrats in this shutdown. So if CNN is calling the Democrats out, you know it's bullshit, because they are the mouthpiece for Democrat propaganda. All right. Stay vigilant, my friends. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America. Bye.